Welcome to me and Matt chat about what we did this year.
Yeah, from last year into this year.
What we made, what we've come up with, what the future holds. New 2025. We've already been working together for 5 years now. Since I've been pursuing the Jmaes music thing, Matt has made the effort to direct pretty much every video that we put out.
I feel like all of these music videos have shown like my improvement as a filmmaker, and it's also shown James's improvement as a musician and as an artist and visual performer, I feel.
Yeah. I think we used to make terrible stuff, and now we make less terrible stuff.
Yeah.
We're really getting there, guys.
We don't oversaturate our footage here at the Jmaes house.
We've never done that.
No.
We never thought that would look cool. Ever.
So this first one is this was like our first.
This is our first like attempt at making like a high quality video. Our first effort 4 years ago was Thrift Store Guitar, which is a single that I brought out in January of 2020.
Yeah.
I think maybe 2 or 3, maybe like a month after that song came out, you came to hang out in Nottingham, and we filmed the video for that in this room, and as well as a friend Emmy's room that she was living in at the time.
Yeah, and you were just like, hey, do you want to like be a cinematographer, like hold the camera?
Yeah, just hold the camera and just film me singing this song in my room.
Yeah.
And it really hasn't, like, there was no theme, there's no, like...
And at the time, it was like we'd already been friends for like a number of years before that as well. And
yeah.
I was just like, I'll do it. I want to get into filmmaking.
We'd become more friends in the realm of real, less virtual.
Yeah.
And we thought we should probably utilize that we can hang out and make stuff.
And also take advantage of also what, I was starting to do at the time, more film, cinematic stuff. And,
yeah.
And also you getting into music more and more over the years and going, yeah, let's just collaborate more.
Yeah.
let's do stuff. So I was about to graduate when we shot Near Death Experience, and this was sort of a big culmination of all the stuff that I'd been working on for like 3 years. So yeah, let's play this little thing.
Yeah. You had just finished your student film?
Yeah, it was a really horrible student short film that mostly went really badly. Had some great moments, but generally it was it wasn't like, it was a great experiment as to what I could do visually.
Yeah.
And it was storytelling and characters. With Near Death Experience, it was something that we kind of talked about for like a good while.
Like
and
the planning of it, or
like the planning of it and figuring out the kit and everything, and like all the kit that at least like half the kit that I got for this was hired from my university at the time.
Yeah.
It was like special shout out to Roehampton University for renting out this equipment to me.
Which is sort of, I guess this is where we were like, I was writing music that I felt was more better and getting to the point where I want to make some really good visuals to match like how good I felt the songs were, and
something like cross between like a visualizer and also like actually like somewhat having some kind of story tied to it.
Just like this was thought out, where the videos that we'd made for the past couple of like pre-pandemic and then in the middle of the pandemic was very much just we set the camera up and go, fuck, I guess I'll just sing, and then maybe we'll just find something funny to also film and throw it in there.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, and how like it's kind of strange looking back at this as well, like how quite competently shot it's done as well, like how great it is, but also how sort of
We've
almost
even
in a way that it felt like almost directionless in terms of how we wanted it to keep having this momentum.
Yeah, we didn't have any idea how to make overly interesting ideas for like music videos are. We're learning that now from the videos we made this year.
Yeah, like I think it's like a lot of the stuff that the people that we met on this, like shout out to like Charlie Southwell, who was the cinematographer.
If we never met Charlie, we probably would be still dicking about with my iPhone in the park, like.
Yeah, 100%. and
she was like gaffer on this, I guess. She did lights and stuff in the near-death experience.
Gaffer, cinematographer, did like everything on this pretty much.
Yeah.
And also we met Mia Jordan as well on this. That scene we saw earlier on this, earlier in the video, that was our first time meeting Mia.
Yeah, friend of our friend Rachel,
who also appeared in this as well.
Got a lot of extras for this video, the near-death experience, and did the makeup on me. Made me look like I'd been
beaten up and
through the old sticks,
castled about,
knocked about a bit. Essentially, like, I'm doing this music stuff as my artistic sort of avenue at the minute, and at the same time you guys are using these videos as an opportunity to build up your production like portfolio, basically, like just this is what we did independently kind of thing, and that it helps everyone. That's what I've enjoyed with it, is that it's sort of giving people an opportunity to do something different and whatnot.
It's like as a result of these as well, like I've gotten certain opportunities as well. That's are projects that I've been working on, and one particular that I'm working on that's coming out fairly soon. From
maybe when this video is out.
Yeah, maybe when it comes out, it'll be out. Who knows?
When this video commentary, basically the reason why we're doing this is because me and Matt. Well, I found this video on my YouTube channel that I'd forgotten about when we brought out a video called Pretty Boy Let Him Sleep, and we did a live stream to like premiere it, and it's just me and Matt, like 20, 21 years old,
just candidly like, us at that time,
just like
the way
chatting,
we were.
And we were like, we should do like actual commentary on what we've done.
Yeah, so this next video is, if I had to say, because I'm proud of all the stuff that we've done together, but like if I had to say my favorite, it's easily Madeline. We filmed this in
Portugal.
In Portugal.
We did it in Spain. It's a house in Spain in the song, but Spain was expensive to get to.
Yeah, it took us ages
and all the
to
houses
try and get
on
the Airbnb for it. And
we looked at Airbnb for maybe a year. Like, we had this idea after we did Near Death. We were like, well, what's the next? Well, even better song than Near Death, really, I think, is Madeline. We should do a video to Madeline. And then we were like, where do we film? We need the pool. We need the house. We want to build like a world for Madeline to live in.
Like you did an early storyboard like a year before we shot this.
I did a lot of the shots. A lot of the shots in this final product are in my sketchbook from like a year ago, and
it was really great being able to like take the stuff that like I'd noted from all the stuff you'd shown me, and like all the references that you'd given me the past year, and being able to actually bring it to life and like put it in here. It was incredibly fun, and it was also like our first time meeting Jack Parry, who is friends with Charlie as well.
Yeah, I mean, we'd spoke. Yeah, I think Charlie was trying to get us to work with Jack for a while. The first time I think it came up was when we were doing the video for Employ the Month, which we did before Madeline, and because we wanted to like. We'd been stuck with the idea to make Madeline for so long. We wanted to bring that out first and then start rolling out the videos and singles for the songs that I've made this year, basically. Yeah,
because like the order that we wanted to do. So we sort of had the whole idea of like, okay, we'll film Portugal later, but we'll film all the stuff in our home area, our home base.
Yeah.
Of Nottingham and Derby. So like we filmed Employee of the Month first.
And that's where we met Laura McNeil.
Yeah. Who was incredible. Camera assistant and producer as well, in their own right.
And originally, when it came to, like, it was getting to the boiling point where we were like, once we do Employ the Month, we're going to find the cast and the crew to take us out there. And we were gonna take Laura, and then they were like, oh, I don't know, I might have something on, and then I think then Jack came up in conversation again.
It was a lot of scheduling, like
Charlie was recommending
and
Jack for Employ the Month, and then he couldn't make it, and then Laura goes, oh, we could get Jack for Madeline, and it finally happened. We finally get Jack. And I work with him first on the talk show, maybe like 3 weeks before we went to Portugal.
And I hadn't met Jack yet. Like we did the episode. You guys did the episodes. I wasn't there for it. I just edited them.
These were like the pilot sort of first try. That we recorded, the music was recorded on these mics. Like the sound was interesting, to say the least.
And it was like an instant, like, moment of like eureka moment when we worked together. It was like, okay,
yeah,
great.
It was really nice that like it could have been the most awkward thing of like
could have
inviting.
I was expecting that too, and it was like no.
A guy I'd met maybe twice at this point, and someone you'd never met,
and spending like a little under a week with this person.
But we were all like the same level of like special, should I say. we were bonding, and I think what it culminated was this really fun video that I think it looks also good because we had been planning it for so long. Like we truly knew what we wanted to do with this one.
Yeah, it's like getting the shot list was so like easy. Like everything felt like it all came into place really well and so easily, and it was like even we had trouble getting the actress for Madeline for a while as well. We had like options, we had people.
We wanted the idea was that we were going to build a Jmaes universe. And we were gonna like write a character in Employ the Month who the character who eventually was Jas's character. In that we were going to get her, we asked her if she wants to come to Portugal or Spain, or at that time we were really up in the air. We were like, it was well, really we want to do Spain. We want to do another video. Do you want to come along? And she had some other prior engagements, so we were like scrambling around like, who's a really good actor? And
I was like, who are we close with? Who we know? Who we known for about a year already?
Who would ace like a really like unhinged
kind crazy of character,
fun person
who would also be down for like just
coming on holiday with us.
Yeah, so it was Mia in the end too.
Who
initially it's like Mia was someone I really wanted to get for Employee of the Month day one.
We were like, well, I said let's get her back. Cause
absolutely.
She's free, she was really fun on Near Death.
I was like, we were like, okay, who could we get for other actors? I was like, absolutely Mia, and you were like, oh yeah, actually, let's get Mia. Absolutely. And that kind of resulted in the way Madeline is now, which I'll play now.
We'll react to it a bit.
We're
just happy with every aspect of this video.
It's like I was saying earlier, this is like feels probably one of the more collaborative ones too, in terms of like every aspect of like this, we all bounced off of each other particularly well.
I think this house was a great tool that we worked with. It was just like we'd rented it out, so we weren't like, it was one of the locations that we'd worked out where we didn't have to like walk around someone and ask them. It was just like, oh, we've seen this, that looks fun, we'll film there for a bit. And
even little stylistic things like, like for the opening, for example, with the opening titles, we were like, okay, we want something a very classic, very old world kind of feeling, but also something that felt very stylized and introduced Madeline and her mentality and her mindset, something that like gives that old world feel. And so I was like, hey, let's just do the Gilligan's Island intro. Let's just do like the font and the style from that. And then
because it kind of is like a marooned there's a marooned feeling to this song and video, like it's just me and Madeline.
And also this like sort of feeling of like being lost, almost like this like Wizard of Oz kind of thing.
There's a lot of classic cinema in this sort of inspo.
And we took a lot of influence from like Pearl as well, in terms
of
like
Ty West's
Well, we love that film particularly. I don't know everything else.
Yeah, no, but like Pearl was great, and
Yeah.
we were like, I think if we hadn't, I don't know, did Pearl come out at the same time as when I brought out the song originally, wasn't it?
Maybe. I think, yeah, because you brought it out in 2020, I think. 2020.
Yeah, and then we'd watched the film shortly after, and I thought it would be like, originally I wrote the song Madeline, and I was like, this is a fun sort of fictional romance song, and then I was like, that's actually really, it'd be really funny if the video was just like Misery.
Yeah, quite the opposite thing, but like it kind of like makes it almost this sort of like dream world sort of thing.
Yeah.
And, like we wanted it to feel
it's
very
escapist.
dreamy. Very escapist.
It's one of our first escape. Well, I'd say a lot of the new stuff we've done this year is very escapist. Cool.
It's really fun to sort of, for me, having worked on this and directed, edited this, just to kind of see the shots that like I did and the shots that Jack did, and it's like really fun how like much of myself and Jack, ourselves, we put in this, and like
it really it showed like it was quite an exercise, but it showed that Jack is kind of our guy. Like he
proved himself a lot, like in terms of what he was
like. He lived up to the hype.
Yeah,
like Laura and Charlie had gone, yeah, Jack's great, you should work with Jack.
Yeah, it was also what I liked about him a lot right from the get-go is he had the balls to say no a lot.
Yeah, like
which I liked.
He's not a yes man. He definitely has like his own opinion, and he has similar like thoughts to me, which I enjoy. Like
and same to me as well. It's
like with both of us, I suppose.
Yeah, we've all got a lot of similar kind of things.
A good dynamic. We worked well on it, and it helped us continue on. This is a quick shout out to the film Walk Hard. If it wasn't for the film Walk Hard with John C. Reilly, we wouldn't have got through this holiday and video as well, I don't think.
I do believe in you. I just know you're gonna fail.
What are you talking about, Edith?
What about my dreams?
Edith, I told you I can't build you a candy house. It will fall down. The sun will melt the candy. It won't work.
It will if it never rains.
And the Coca-Cola company as well. Don't forget.
We did buy
Pringles.
We bought. We went to a Lidl that was like 20 minutes from this. Like, I realized how why this villa was so cheap. It's because it was in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like we
had to keep getting like taxis.
We were marooned, and let's not talk about it was quite a nightmare. But other than that, we had a really fun time at this house.
Yeah, because it was like that was the only kind of day. It was like the first day.
Yeah, we were like, how the fuck do we get anywhere?
Yeah, and then we kind of worked it out, and then it was fine.
It was alright. It was okay. And we're alive. We're back in England.
We're alive.
We're fine.
The plane didn't kill us.
Yeah, we took like 2 planes each way. I did at least because that was the cheapest way to get there. But you didn't. You joined us.
I flew from London because you guys live in. I live in London.
We all lived in the Midlands, and
and you're like Derby, Nottingham.
Yeah, and we were like, we'll meet you there.
Yeah, pretty much. So I was alone.
For how long? How long were you in there?
I was alone for like 6-7 hours, not including the time that I had to wait.
Portugal airport.
Yeah, I had to wait in the Portuguese airport,
That's
just
funny.
waiting, which was not great. It was like I was so exhausted.
It was the last time
you
you were going to be alone for the next 5 days at least, because we were like living out each other's pockets.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so we shot Madeline in August, but 2 months before that, this was the first time we'd met up in 2024 to make something. Was for this video, Employ the Month.
This is our first project we did since Near Death, and so I was like, I had a whole year of self-reflection from like finishing uni and like kind of saying goodbye to a lot of the people I knew at uni and being like, okay, well, I had a whole break from filming, like from film generally. Like I didn't do any film work for a whole year. I took a massive break for my own kind of well-being and just sort of like trying to take a step back and sort of figure my own self out for a bit before I could feel comfortable doing this again. Because it's like filming is a lot, and it's a lot on me. And eventually, like, finally, James was like, hey, get out of your hole.
I made a song in March this year about working with your best mate, and we found the running horse, and it was Rob, who runs the running horse, really chill guy. He gave us 2 days to basically knocked this out, and he said you can use the bar, you can pour some beer, not too much, don't go crazy.
Oh yeah, no, and it had to only be Doom Bar.
We used cans of beer.
Yes,
but
I brought cans of Madry for this one. So
yeah, but other than that, we got to use one pump to, and that's why if you see in the video, it's like just us using Doom Bar for some reason.
Yeah, it's all done with Doom Bar, but consistently, which was insane.
Doom Bar Spawn.
Yeah. The sponsored and not sponsored.
Who owns Doom Bar? It's
some guys.
The visuals, the logo.
Yeah.
Done by Sophie Sketch.
Scott.
Sophie Sketch Scott, who's really good at drawing and has done a couple of things for us. Which she did the logo for the talk show.
We had this already kind of banged out right from the moment we had this shot. So like I think it was like a week, 2 weeks after we filmed this, I already had this like cut together and finished. Like the logo was done, it was all done. So it was like really just waiting to have this released. But this was the first project where we kind of figured a solid style out and visual flair that we'd very much evolved from since.
I think even this was a learning curve, but we definitely understood better composition, interesting idea. Like the money shaking is fun. Like,
that was your idea, which was great. Really great.
Like we were like, we don't just make interesting shots, have something interesting happen in the shot. Which is weird that we never made that connection before. We were like,
it is,
or at least I don't know.
It's like a mixture of like what we learned together from doing the last one, and also like how much we really figured, we need to actually have more
stuff happening, makes
more
the shot
emotionally
look good.
as well, like even how we feel for your character and how we feel for
build
other characters.
Build some sort of I don't know, dynamic,
and how we sort of evolve this from like Madeline, and why specifically we do this for Madeline. It's like the idyllic world versus the sort of the pub job, and like the things you could get from that.
We both work in pubs, and
we both know what it's like.
We thought it'd be funny to make. Well, I thought it'd be funny to make a song about. I think Employee of the Month in general it's a broad song. You could apply it to any job, but we thought let's make a video actually set in a pub. And Jas, she's worked in a pub. She's a great actor.
Jas Noel Green, really, really fun to work with them.
We'd all done pub work before, and it was kind of just like channeling that inner like pubbery.
Pubbery. There's Mia there.
Collecting glasses.
Yeah.
Pouring pints. Serving customers. Having a laugh.
Yeah, and it's like, even though Mia wasn't in too much, like just did the most she could even with that, and did an amazing job as well. We got all the extras.
The extras are in all of Laura's friends from their flat. Just that Laura was like, "Can you just come be in a Jmaes project?"
I love how this ending title shot was the thing we already kind of had in mind from the very beginning. We wanted to have this pretty much like this continuing shot with the credits going on. Which we were very influenced by like Pearl.
This was again Pearl.
This was a Pearl.
We were
shot.
like, why don't we just keep it going?
No, 100%.
We love that. It's
and
funny.
it's really funny. I showed that ending bit to my dad like months before it got released because I wanted to get his opinion on it. And he was like, he was just dying. He was cracking up so hard at that ending bit because it just completely came out of left field for him.
My dad had a different reaction when video was finally out. My dad was like, "Why is this still on?"
And my dad was like, "Wow, this is
why
like."
Is it still going?
My dad was like, "Wow, this is like incredibly mature filmmaking. Like you've gotten way better." And then your dad's like,
"I don't know." My dad
put the kettle on.
He's a wise guy. I remember coming back from Portugal, going back again, and I went to my aunt's wedding. And whenever I go to family events, like they always ask about the music thing. I talked about this in the talk show because it is something that happens to me. And
how's it going?
Yeah,
how's it going?
And I'm like, made a video, I guess. And then my mum was like, "Yeah, show him." And I was like, "All right." So I showed them Mia like torturing me, like my two grandmothers basically at the wedding. I sat there with a phone, and they were like, "Very interesting." They're very supportive of me being an art man.
Yeah, it's like everyone has been, all of our families have been pretty supportive of this. It's been
we
really
always
nice.
thank mum and dad. in the
Yeah,
credits.
we thank Mum and Dad, which is more collective, if anything.
It's just everyone. If
everyone's mum and dad. Shout out to Charlie Southwell for being involved in Employee of the Month, and they were.
yeah, Charlie is again sort of the overlord and emperor of our projection into greatness, really.
Yeah.
Leader, even.
Yeah, like, you know, without Charlie, we would not be here.
We'd be twiddling our thumbs, wondering what to do. We wouldn't have the contacts. We wouldn't have.
Yeah, we wouldn't have the crew that we have.
No,
at
the
all.
crew is what we're trying.
Generally, like, which leads into the newest music video that has.
It's just kind of
dropped.
a culmination of everything we've learned this past year.
Which, by the way, we met a new crew member for this, Lawrence.
Enter Lawrence.
Enter Lawrence.
Play the Lawrence compilation tape now. Lawrence.
Lawrence was
Gaffer.
one of the best lighting tech gaffers I've worked with, I think, ever. Lawrence was so on it and so professional, but also so funny and chaotic when the cameras stopped rolling.
Very sweet guy though.
Really amazing. He was so happy and joyous to just work.
I think
this.
he again.
on
I
all
think,
projects.
what was
really.
it? You said this yesterday. About how I think he gauged how we work, and he was like, "Oh, these guys are kind of silly."
Yeah, more or less. He was like, "Oh, these guys are cool."
He relaxed a bit because he knew that this wasn't we weren't pressing on him at all much. It was just sort of, "Can we do that?"
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Yeah."
This is our newest one that we came out with pretty recently.
This is the first time officially, never happened before, that I brought a song out and a video at the same time.
So yeah, let's
in the way that I do now, I guess is what I'm trying to say. This was a real rollout. It's Gotta Be Like Mike, the new song featuring Davoli on guitar and instrumentals and vocals.
Gotta Be Like Mike. Yeah, this was a really interesting one. I think it was one that I was
logo by Alex Sarzosa, my friend, who also made the Jmaes logo 5 years ago.
Yeah, you guys known each other for a long time.
For a bit a while.
Yeah,
A friend from back in the day.
He'd always comment on all of the videos as well.
Yeah, he's a really talented animator.
Really lovely guy from what I've seen. This was I love the shot of him coming through the door. Riley, great guy. He was so game and so
Riley
chill.
Nova, the wrestler.
Who plays the wrestler
from Nottingham.
Nottingham based, Nottingham massive.
Go watch House of Pain wrestling match. I guess. Yeah,
just really fun. Some of the stuff on that.
Really cool guys.
really
shout out
fun.
to Paul Sticks. Let us use his academy to
Yeah.
film this in.
Everyone was so open as well to how we wanted to do this. Even the silly stuff. These guys don't take themselves too seriously.
Yeah, it's mad respect to
which is really cool, and I loved that so much about all of them. There's a Raging Bull shot.
Yeah.
It was I was very nervous about this one the most making it because I wasn't 100% how we were going to do this, and we still managed to bang it out, and we did it so well. The coach, by the way, earlier was played by my best friend from college.
Yeah, you
Chris
see
Collins.
Chris in the wife beater there.
Yeah, Chris Collins in the white beater. He is, he's been my best friend since...
There's the back of Chris.
Yeah, there he is. Here's his back.
Trying to hold off all the fans.
All the fans. The two fans that we had.
We had the only logistic issue for this one was that everyone who we'd had as an extra before had gone home.
Yeah.
This was, almost before the beginning of a new term, and Laura didn't have any extras to give us this time.
Yeah, and it was
and we didn't know who we were going to contact.
It's the same problem we had with Near Death Experience. Near Death Experience, we had the exact same problem. We didn't have enough extras. Yeah. But the few that we had were just really lovely and great. And
but then it made this sequence funnier, which originally we were going to do more of a everyone is waltzing with each other, but then we were like, it'd be funny if everyone was just dancing.
And
on
also,
their
it's
own.
hey, let's just not have anyone dancing directly. I think it's funnier that they're alone.
They're just swaying.
Doing this.
Yeah,
and it's really awkward and great.
It's a bit Lynchian.
It was a bit Lynchian, very intentional. I think some people were like, "Was it intentional?" Yes, yes, it was. For anyone who's asking,
we didn't just make this up.
No, totally not.
We're planning. We're planning, guys.
Yeah,
now.
we plan everything 2 years ahead of time, actually, guys. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Davoli, we got Jacob back in the video
after Davoli after Near Death Experience, a year after.
He's playing guitar now.
He was a lot. Yeah, he was really chill. Like a lot more.
He just came in with his amps and.
I directed a music video for Jacob like way back when.
Visualizer.
Yeah, Visualizer. For like that was also last year, I believe, as well.
Sunny Day.
Yeah, Sunny Day.
Great
really
track.
Really great track. Check it out.
But check out Gotta Be Like Mike streaming now.
But also mainly check out Gotta Be Like Mike.
And watch the video. It's really good.
Yeah. It was great like getting my best friend Chris on this because it's like I've known him since 2016. About roughly as long as I've known you. I've been wanting to get him involved in one of my projects for a long time. And the last thing we did together, film-wise, it was like a complete disaster. So I was glad I got to like kind of redeem myself with this. Shout out to Jack as well for grading this. He also graded Madeline as well. Did an amazing job with grading on this.
I like to say this is more of a Jack project.
Yeah. I think
he did a lot
safe to say.
on this one.
He also edited. He did the final edit for this. I did the initial rough cut, but Jack completely like knocked out.
Me and Jack, I guess.
Yeah, it was both of you to be fair. Because I was away for like 2 weeks.
You're busy, so we were like, we'll take what I like from your cut, and we'll make a finished thing and
get rid of all the shit parts.
I was pretty happy with my rough cut, so I was like, I like what you did, but I'll just cut that out and put it into mine because I think it's better than what I did. And yeah, that's the final thing.
Yeah, basically, let's get the time in.
Another really long credit scenes as well.
Oh yeah, and I really love this decision to use slow motion. You like flipping the chair and shit, which I wouldn't have thought of doing, but I like that a lot. And also, you want to tell the story of like the background music as well for this?
Yeah, I mean, it was just silence before, which was what kind of is on the Employee of the Month video.
Which it works in Employee of the Month, doesn't work really as much.
But then you used a bit of the sound of people just talking in the background, which kind of filled it in. But with this one,
there's like no ambience. There's nothing.
I just got the guitar and recorded it into Jack's laptop, and then there's a bit of an acoustic version of "Gotta Be Like Mike" at the end,
which it adds some kind of ambience that was much needed for the credits.
Just subtle. It's nothing big, but it's there. And yeah, that's the video.
Yeah, it was. It's been an insane like year of like doing these.
It may not seem like it because
it seems like 3 years.
In a world where we are pumping out content, a lot of people are constantly. We've essentially made 3 videos, but we're proud of it, and that's why we're making this video. Is that we want to sort of take a minute to
like we release these monthly, which is like whether you realize it or not. I mean, that's like crazy for all of us really to have all of this work. And
like this is the year where we were like, let's give this like.
This TikTok generation a chance.
Yeah, Fingus is over there.
A special shout out to Fingus over here.
I don't think we've ever credited also Mia Jordan for making Fingus.
Yes,
basically.
That was something we just need to do right now. Thank you, Mia.